Okay, for understanding integers and negative numbers, there might be some difficulties because we use the sign and the operations sometimes with the same name, and we get confused with that. So, for example, when I say minus and minus 2, so both, I mean, this symbol is called minus, and it is used for operation as well as the sign of the integer, as it is placed right before the number. So to avoid this confusion, we can just say this sign as minus, and the operation as minus and the sign as negative 2, and for plus we can say it as positive. So negative, minus as negative and plus as positive. So in that way we can say minus negative 2 or plus negative 2 or minus positive 2 or minus negative 2. That would avoid the confusion between the sign and the operation. So now to introduce negative numbers and positive numbers with children, we can just start with a small activity for them to get familiar with pairings between negative and positive numbers. And let's say that I have like 10 of green coins or some other buttons and 10 red buttons. So we mix them and put it in a bag or a box like this, and we can ask children from one team to use a die. So let's imagine that the opposite team is playing and they throw the dice. So for example, it is 4 now, and the other team needs to take 4 without looking at the color, and then the next team also plays, they throw the dice, and it is 6. So without looking at it, we keep looking at the color, I just take 6. So now we need to pair this red and green and red and green and red and green. So whichever team has the highest number of pairs wins. So here I win, and similarly we can see how we can play another game also. So now it is 6. While practicing, this makes children to get familiar with pairing the numbers, and that's 2. So when we ask them to pair, so this team has highest number of pairs and I have only one pair, so the opponent team wins. Okay, so now in the other activity we are going to introduce negative and positive numbers. So in the first activity, we just gave them practice to pair both the colors. So now we are going to introduce the negative and positive numbers. We can separate these colors into different bags or boxes. So now let's assume that this is negative, red is negative and green is positive. Again, we can introduce this with a game. So this time we need to have a dice for number and another dice for color. So whoever plays first can choose the color. So it is red. I have taken red, so the other team has left over only green. And for the number, I chose number. So I've got 4 and I take 4 of red, 4 red color. So the opponent have got 6, so they need to take 6 red, green. Okay. Now we can ask them to add these and pair different. So when we pair both these colors, the negative and positive, we are left with positive 2. So these negative and positive are 0 and we are left with positive 2. We can see with one more example. Let's play another time. So the other person can now choose the color. So it is red again, and you can, okay, two red. Okay, 5. I'm left with green, so I take 5 green. And now when we pair positive and negative, they are now zeroed out and we're left with positive 3.